Leicester City 1, Leeds United 0, Janusz Michallik, but that scoreline doesn't really tell the story of the game, does it?
No, it does not. It just goes to show that football or sports are cruel, aren't they, right? And so much talk about, of course, Leeds United because of this dismissal of Marcel Bielsa and Jesse Marsch coming in with some doubts, of course. But I think, well done, Jesse Marsch. That's all I have to say. Great first impression. Unfortunately, sports are about results, and against the run of play, that's for sure. Immediate change in the way Leeds United have played. You could see that throughout the match, but unfortunately, Leicester City had one good attack which they took advantage of, and they take all the points.
Okay, for those that didn't watch the match, you said an immediate change that was noticeable. What was the immediate change? What was the biggest change you spotted from a Jesse Marsch side, from a Marcelo Bielsa side?
Well, this is a team that conceded 20 goals in the last 5 Premier League matches, right? And they were extremely well organized defensively, but it wasn't just defensively. I think you could see that organization going forward. They're, much better than Leicester City in terms of creation. In the first half, I think they've limited Leicester City to nearly nothing. And let's not forget, this is a Leicester City team that has played at home. This is a Leicester City team that usually is very good in terms of attacking. Jamie Vardy is back. We saw that midweek against Burnley with a goal and assist as a substitute as well. And we didn't see anyone really from Leicester City being able to break, the back line and the team in itself. So I just think that we knew about Jesse Marsch, the way he likes to press. And we saw that the front four were really effective, I thought. If you look at Jack Harrison, Rodrigo, Daniel James, and Rafinha, I think they posed a lot of problems for Leicester City in terms of breaking the lines, coming out of the back, and playing in transition, which, by the way, Leicester City liked as well. So I think that organization on both sides of the ball was for everyone to see.
Leeds have got another game in midweek. They also play Norwich next. I know this is a small sample size, but if you're a Leeds United fan, yes, you would have liked something from Leicester. You're not getting that. Are you enthused by what the future could hold this season and beating this drop under Jesse Marsch?
Yes, I think that the immediate worries, if you had any, if you're a Leeds supporter, I think, you've seen enough of that. But let's not kid ourselves, right? This is a full-on relegation battle for Leeds United right now. You look at them, 27 games. Everton are not playing this weekend, but they have 24 at the moment, just a point behind. Even Burnley, obviously, if they could get some results. So this is not going to be easy. And we also saw, of course, when it rains, it pours, in that Tyler Roberts came on and within 3 minutes got injured. And of course, Leeds United didn't have any substitutions to get something out of this game. The good news is that Patrick Bamford was on the bench, and I suspect that he's going to play some role in the matches that you've mentioned. So yes, I think this is enough for all of us to see that in such a short period of time, Jesse Marsch has made a difference already. This team conceded 1 goal and then nothing else for the most part. But it's not going to be easy. And one game is just one game. If Jesse Marsch and Leeds United can kind of move on from that, perhaps they have a chance.
The first American coach in the top flight was Bob Bradley. The second one was David Wagner. Are you hopeful, again based on a small sample size, but given his past, that Jesse Marsch could end up being the most successful of that trio in the Premier League?
He could. I don't think that, there's a need to look at Jesse Marsch as an American coach. He is, and it is a conversation for some. I look at him as a good manager. It doesn't matter where he comes from. I think he's proven that today. Again, it's just one game, but you could see a massive, massive difference in that, right? From a team that was conceding a lot, losing a legend of a manager that everyone loved, and imagine being in a situation like this where you have so many doubts that at first you can't even talk about how good of a manager you are. You have to deflect the fact that you come from America. So I think Jesse Marsch has proven already to some degree that he's a good manager. Most importantly, I think, knowing Jesse, he knows that he's a good manager, and that's all that matters.
And let's end this by talking about the side that won all 3 points. And look, the bottom line is, doesn't matter how you play, it's about being clinical and putting the ball in the back of the net. That's what Harvey Barnes did. Is it just one of these for Leicester? You know what? 3 points, let's move on. We'll play better and maybe not take something from a game. We got the job done and we kept a clean sheet.
Absolutely. They've had their issues as well, and in particular defensively as well. We all know what they're capable of. They didn't have James Maddison, which is important. I think that, the link up between James Maddison and Jamie Vardy in particular is one that's always worrisome to whoever they play against. So they needed a point just like anybody. They'll look at it from the standpoint that Leeds would, I suppose, that's a clean sheet. And Leeds United, my goodness, they're two incredible chances. Let's not forget Rafinha and Kasper Schmeichel. That's a sitter. That's a point blank chance. Jack Harrison had. Leeds also had 3 or 4 half chances that I think Junior Firpo comes to mind, where Kasper Schmeichel once again had to come big as well. So they'll look at the positives, and for them it's a massive one. 3 points, clean sheet. Hopefully they get James Maddison back for next match.
Yep, good to see Vardy back in the starting lineup, and good to see Bamford back on the bench for Leeds United, even though he didn't get on. Slowly but surely, these sides are getting their key players back. But Jesse Marsch's first game in charge of Leeds, despite his team playing well, ends in defeat at Leicester.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.